What is sunset's influence to love inspirations and love relations? The internet is saturated with affectionate camera shots of sunset sceneries with happy couples watching the sunset as they are holding hands or leaning toward each other and kissing in front of the sun. Those would all be cases of already established love relations, and the sunset seems to stimulate love affections to couples when they are watching it. What about pre-established love status of people and the sunset love-inspiring phenomena? We would be curious to know of any statistics of sunset's influence to love relations of people anywhere in the world. There are sunset viewpoints at any given moment in time at some geographical location on Earth. The timing of sunset occurrences changes every day at most of the global coordination points, but it stays the same in the equator parallel, where the day-night time is divided by 12 hours each, and the sunset and the sunrise always occur at 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. The northern and southern polar sunsets are especially unique because of the seasonal exposure of those Earth's surfaces to the sun, resulting on 6 months at a time of daylight and night sky. There we could observe the frozen sunset, which occurs once a year. How could sunset, if so, may in any way relate to love life of humans? Love making, or otherwise spoken as sleeping together, just as the word says it, is mostly an evening and nighttime activity on our life. Could this mean that people who live on the lower parallels of the globe during the very long night seasons devote more time to love making than the rest of the world? Would there be any known statistics of love making during shorter nights in summer and longer ones in winter? For the most part of the documented history, people in many cultures of the world were destined to condition their love life to prearranged marriages, where the economic status of each family would be decisive to a prearranged marriage agreement as forms of political and social interests. This is still true even today as a social culture in many countries of the world. On the island of Vanuatu in South Pacific Ocean, the prearranged marriage is a social custom. It is an unwritten law that the groom's family must give a certain number of pigs to the bride's family in order to seal a marriage deal. The word goes as no pigs, no wife. This is such an established culture that the pig tusks have become national symbol and are embedded on the national flag. And the pig tusks have currency value in Vanuatu. Even though at this particular Earth location occur gorgeous sunsets almost every day. The fact of the prearranged marriages would conclude any argument on the sunset and love relation on prearranged marriage there. What about the old traditions of Chinese emperors and Arab sultans having hundreds of wives? This is true today too. Based on the 2018 records, the king of Bafut in northern Cameroon in Africa had 100 wives and 500 children. Most of them inherited from his father as part of the traditional custom. Another interesting tribal culture at an African desert location is the Rain Celebration Festival, which would occur roughly once in every 7 years. The highlight of this festival is the extra marriage love among the tribal members, judged by a jury of elders. Married men from different tribes would compete among each other on basis of their looks and athletic skills to win the right to choose any of the married women from any of other tribes to make love with. Consecutively, the winner's own wives could then do the same by making love to any man of their choice from any of the tribes. There are several other variants of this African tribal ritual. These are rituals from very dry African regions with no clouds in the sky and with relatively similar sunset sceneries every day with clear sky and not much color variations on the sunset and possibly not much love inspiration from the sunset for the young at heart and body there. But what is more interesting is the fact that the highest percentage of birth rate among all nations occurs on just a dozen African countries. The most imagination-triggering occurrence we could find when looking for any connections between the sunset and love relations would perhaps be the spring break event occurring every year in Florida, USA, where thousands of university students go for a week vacation mostly in search of love inspiration and relation opportunities. If any statistics could be taken out of this would predominantly be of very short-lived love relations and with no telling what the sunset's influence may have been on them. What are then the love affection moments of couples in front of mesmerizing sunsets, which we see on the bazillion internet photos and videos? Are they just momentary inspirations of our own artistic spirit, triggered by the beauty of the sunset colors? Are they perhaps reflections of our own feelings about the beauty we seek in life and love? Leaving you with these puzzling questions, I wish you all dear sunset friends and lovers good night and good love too.